My research in the CRC focuses on finding alternative management strategies to try and reduce the amount of browsing damage that's occurring in forestry plantations that's done by the browsing herbivores. It is a big problem for tree growers, especially in the early stages of plantation establishments. So when the seedlings first go in, they're small, they're palatable, and the leaves are soft, so the herbivores find them quite attractive. If we had to put a dollar on how severe is the problem, Forestry Tasmania spend roughly $1.5 million a year on culling just to try and reduce the browsing damage. So it is a significant problem. A lot of companies now are using the tree guards, the tree stockings, and they're mixing it up. They'll reduce the browsing pressures by reducing numbers of the herbivores through culling, and then they'll put some tree stockings on the coop so that if there are herbivores there, the trees are protected for some time. We didn't come up with the idea of the stockings themselves. One of the companies started using them, but they didn't have a lot of information on how effective were they in the field. We were approached by them once they'd found these stockings that they thought would be quite useful to actually go ahead and do some trials and investigate them a bit more and see just how effective they are. What we've been looking at is comparing the different non-lethal strategies, so comparing repellents, the tree guards, the stockings, and natural plant resistance, so plants that are naturally more resistant than others. We've found that in the short term, the repellents and the stockings work quite well, sort of for the first 6 months or so, but in the longer term we're actually getting the natural plant resistance is holding up as being perhaps a better longer term strategy than the repellents and the tree guards. If we look at utilising something like natural plant resistance, Forestry Tasmania have sort of given the indication that if we can use that to try and delay culling, so delay the start of shooting, so rather than do preemptive shooting on a coop or shoot when the seedlings first go in the ground, but we use these these more non-lethal alternatives, and we can delay shooting by 25 or reduce shooting by 25 to 50%, then we'll be looking at around $125 to $250 per hectare saved in those shooting costs. I mean, the controversy around lethal control's always been there, and it waves. Sometimes the pressures to find alternatives is a lot stronger at some points than other points, depends what's going on socially and politically. But industry have always been very supportive of the research and interested in the outcomes, and I think we've contributed knowledge to help them come up with the best management strategies that they can.